Hey everyone, welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. This is a Wordplay Wednesday where I teach you fancy words from paleontology and geology and what they mean. Today's word is cladistics. So what is cladistics? Well, it's a fancy word for grouping organisms together using common derived characteristics. Derived characteristics are just inherited traits that get handed down, such as opposable thumbs. So I'm going to show you a basic cladogram or family tree that we use in cladistics. Alright, so here is a basic family tree. I'll just kind of walk you through it so you can see how this works. So we're going to start at this end. So we're going to start, this is our main line here. We start with tetrapods. So tetrapods all have 4 limbs. That's their common characteristic. Now the first group to branch out and separate themselves were amphibians. So we have our tetrapods getting legs. Amphibians specifically are laying eggs in water. They have to live in and out of the water. They have to be there. Our next stop, as we get our 4 limbs, the next group that we can kind of group together are amniotes. So these are animals with an amnion or a cladotic egg. Just means that they can now lay eggs on land. They don't need the water. They can go away from the water. Our first group to branch off from our amniotes were our synapsids. These are animals that would eventually become mammals. So not only are they amniotes, we are amniotes. However, we've become so derived that we now keep our amnion inside our bodies as our babies develop. So that's that branch. As we move up, we get to reptilia, or Sauropsida. Those are all of the animals that we lovingly call reptiles. And I won't get into why that's not entirely a good grouping anymore. But anyway, so the first animals to branch off in reptilia are turtles. Turtles are a little weird. We're not entirely sure where they fall and everything, but this is where we're kind of grouping them for now. They're reptiles, but they're different than pretty much every other reptile out there, for various reasons. Our next group are our diapsids. Diapsids have 2 temporal fenestra. Don't worry too much about that. It just means that there's 2 extra holes in their head. First group to branch off there are lizards and snakes. Those guys are pretty closely related. As we move up the line, we eventually end up at dinosaurs. So that's the end of this very loving, why loving? That is this cladogram. Now, cladograms can get more specific than this. So if we come over to here, whoop, now we're going to look at one that's a little more specific. Dinosauria. So Dinosauria, that's our dinosaurs. So we can start by splitting dinosaurs into Saurischia and Ornithischia. So that's our lizard-hipped and our bird-hipped dinosaurs. We can split Saurischia up into Theropoda and Sauropoda, so that's our meat eaters, and our long-necked dinosaurs. And as you can see, you can break that up even more into other families. I will not go into detail this video. We can do it in a different one. Ornithischia can be broken down. It's broken down a little differently. It doesn't just split like Saurischia does. Ornithischia starts with Thyreophora. Those are our armored dinosaurs like Stegosaurs and Ankylosaurs. And then they break into Neornithischia. That's all of our 2-legged plant-eating dinosaurs. These eventually break up into Marginocephalia. Those are our bonehead dinosaurs and our ceratopsians. And eventually come down all the way to Hadrosauria, so all of our duckbill dinosaurs. And as you can see, those break down more as well. So essentially we use cladistics as a way to make things easier on us when we find things, so we can group similar animals together and see how closely related they are to each other. And I can go into some more detail for things like these if people so wish. All you have to do is ask. I just need to be told that you guys like this kind of stuff. Anyway, that is all I have for you on cladistics today, and I will fossilize you later.